presentation, we show how the research topic of contemporary housing declared by our group in the framework of scientific and pedagogical work of OIKONET expands the boundaries of teaching methods of contemporary housing design. You can see 4 blocks of studying theoretical and practical methods and techniques for designing flexible and sustainable housing structures, the introduction of the teaching architectural design and integration into the European educational process within the project of OIKONET. First block, the concept of scientific research, second block, implementation, third block, approbation, and fourth block, integration. The fact is, modern directions of urban development in the context of increasing urbanization almost in all cities of the world brought about by globalization are directly depend on the formation of new models of urban housing, residential structures transformation. At the moment, the current models of urban housing have no influence on the further development of the urban structure of the city, and because of its traditional static hamper the development of surrounding areas. However, the formation of the modern housing should influence the development of neighborhoods, because any residential formation is not only a city-forming element in the development of the territory, but also an important element of social and urban planning structure, which requires the formation around its comfort-term urban infrastructure. So, what is the model of modern housing will contribute to a stable and comfortable urban housing environment and will be a vector for the development and transformation of neighborhoods in the present condition of urban regeneration? The answer is this question lies in the definition of new approaches to the formation of contemporary residential structures based not only on the principles of sustainability, as well as on the application of the theoretical foundation of the landscape, sustainable and ecological urbanism and co-evolution approach. Implementation of scientific research on the topic of flexible and sustainable housing formation into the learning process of the urban design within the project OIKONET will involve students of 3rd, 4th and 5th year of education. In the process of course of urban design and housing 3rd year bachelor's was carried out the residential area project on the actual territory of Volgograd, which is based on the use of contemporary principles of planning flexibility and stability in the formation of neighborhood urban planning as a structural unit of the district. In order to make you understand why we choose this topic, we would like to briefly introduce you to urban structure of Volgograd and the main problems of its development, which affect the formation of comfortable, sustainable housing. Primarily due to the fact that the linear structure of the city does not allow to radically alter the geometry of its plan. The city has no free areas for the formation of a new building. The only way is the urban regeneration of industrial and post-industrial areas. As the object of research, we were selected 2 typical districts, Krasnoarmeyski and Krasnooktabrski, in which more than 30% of the territory is occupied by industrial objects along the Volga River, and many of them now do not work. Therefore, at the present, the concept of the development of these areas is very relevant and attracts the attention not only of the municipality, but also various large investors. You can see that the selected area is located on the waterfront territory. Scheme of the territory transfer connection with the main city roads shows that Krasnooktabrski district is bordered with the central part of the city and is crossed by 3 major highways of the city. The master plan of Krasnooktabrski district up to 2025 has a typical structure of the linear city. This is the master plan of Volgograd, residential area of Krasnooktabrski district, scheme of housing topology, residential development of Krasnooktyabrsky is formed during the period from 1945. You can see the main types of residential neighborhoods that form a residential area of the district. Please note that on the waterfront territory of the district is almost no residential development. Although this is the perfect place for any type of property that can generate the panorama of the city from the river Volga. Currently, these areas are the most problematic areas of the city, which are characterized by the following problems: lack or insufficiency of public, semi-public and private differentiation, unorganized area of residential quarters, unorganized parking, non-safe residential area for recreation, low variety of residential apartment topology, lack of access to the waterfront because of unorganized river embankment and industrial zone. Therefore, we have chosen the theme of two graduation projects: urban planning reconstruction on the basis of the principles of flexibility and sustainability. Accordingly, the structure of these areas we plan to create on the basis of flexible and sustainable housing structures. These graduation projects made with element of scientific research. On the slide you can see stages of forming of territorial fragment and blocks with an example of IT cluster. So here are the principles of urban planning flexibility and sustainability, which were the basis of this project. Social infrastructure within walking distance is connected with housing by pedestrian connections, and so on. Urban structure of the area is based on the formation of multiple clusters. Other of the project offers based on the IT cluster formation to consider the development of the topology of housing for these cluster workers. So, the project proposal, housing structures, topologies of IT cluster. Forming of IT and agricultural clusters in a structure of projected embankment as multifunctional public and recreational areas. Forming of IT cluster in a structure of projected embankment as a multifunctional public and recreational areas. So, forming of agricultural cluster in a structure of projected embankment as a multifunctional public and recreational areas. The following this is one of the principal housing formation in conjunction with the public spaces. The following diploma project, or rather its research part, is planning, reconstruction or regeneration of the industrial Krasnoarmeyski district. In this slide you can see the block of analysis of urban areas. Industrial areas occupy important part of the most valuable areas, waterfront areas of the Volga. It was also analyzed the structure of existing dwellings by period and type of building. So this is the topology of existing residential areas located in this area. The author of the project was created a visualization master plan, which was made in 2005 and now needs to be corrected. It can be seen as a residential development was planned in master plan 2005. The scheme of housing topology. We have identified the main problems that contribute to the conflict situation in the region. They are the same than in Krasnooktyabrsky district. You can see the main direction of the concept and stages of regeneration of the industrial area of the city. The main approaches of the flexible and sustainable housing structures formation that were used: formation of the embankment along the transport channels, formation of public gardens in residential areas, formation of silent walking zones and streets, and so on. From this concept, we have developed 4 types of new quarters for the regeneration of this area, which in their structure and topology the most effective in a given situation. In the condition of industrial zone reconstruction, we have used different types of dwellings. Structure of the quarter is a universal environment for people of different age groups. We'll hope that the presented research methods and principles will interest our partners, and maybe we'll use our research work in field of workspaces, for example, habitat regeneration strategies.